Yeah, I know you heard that. You know what time it is? It's that 4th of July Day celebration. What y'all doing for the 4th of July? I'm staying at home with my brother, my God. That's my son. Brandon's in the other room. He ain't listen to what I gotta say. He's sweeping the broom. Gotta clean the kitchen after we just had a barbecue. I don't know what I'm saying to you. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, man, I can't keep listening to that music, man. But I mean, I can, but I'd rather be here celebrating with y'all guys, you guys, man. We got the fireworks in the background. That is not gunshots. I live in the neighborhood where gunshots, you could confuse gunshots with fireworks, but that's not what's going on right now. I know. I look cool as fuck right now, don't I? I've been drinking. I done had the barbecue going. We had hot links, smoked barbecued Polish sausage. We had the hamburgers with the onion mix on the inside. We are enjoying the holiday. And I just want to say happy 4th of July to everybody who has decided to still be an American after today. And you're not all depressed because this is the day to celebrate America. I like I said, if you're in your feelings right now and you don't want to celebrate, give me your phone number so I can pass it on to ICE. I'm just saying. I know, hey, in a way that's mean. In another way, I really don't care. I've been having so much drama with people who think it's okay to express their opinions about deportations and woke shit, but the minute you do the same, or at the very least, let them know, hey, I'm probably not the person to have this conversation with, all of a sudden they want to act offended and get all up in their feelings. Hey, I dish it out. I can take it. I'm into dark humor. I'm into regular humor. I'm into that freaky shit. And I mean, most people that know me know that I am. Quick updates, man, before we get stupid again. I honestly don't know what's happening with my brother right now. I've tried to get in touch with them 2 times, and I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. My brother has not been in the best place for a very, very long time. And as a result, there's been some lies that have been told. There's been some exaggerated truths. There's been a lot of things that it just, at the end of the day, I'm not looking to insult my brother. I'm not looking to make his situation worse. I think because of everything that's been said, I think he may feel like if he does get in touch with me, that I would expose some things that don't need to be exposed. But at the end of the day, as you guys have seen, my family is what gets me in my feelings. And I know it's really hard to take me seriously when I got these glasses on, but I'm leaving them on because it's the 4th of July. But my family is what gets me in my feelings. You won't see me cry about too much except when it comes to my family, because I love them to death. And as long as my brother is in a better place with this ministry and because of what the cops in Roanoke did for him, I'm super happy for him. I want nothing but the best for him. And if he is listening at any point, brother, I love you. Just know you can reach out to me. We don't have to discuss the past, especially if it's going to help you heal and move on to the future. So with that said, I know did I even share this? I didn't even share this. Let me share this with some people, man. I want them to know I'm in the spirits. Happy 4th of July. Come and say hello. Unless ICE is at your house. Is that mean? Was that mean what I said? happy 4th of July. And if not, unless ice is at your house, I don't, man, you know what, man, I think, we can go and talk about this. Like I said, if people ask me questions, I'm going to give you my opinion. I try not to be offensive, but these days, everything is offensive. You can't say, and I refuse to be silent just because I'm afraid I might hurt somebody's feelings today, man. And what's up, Andrew? Happy 4th of July, Andrew. I got some news for you, bro. I'm planning on being back. I got to get my Xbox back first. But I'm planning on being back. Andrew Kern, thanks for liking the stream. I'm planning on getting... They're at your house for a meeting. The only ice in my house is what's in my dranky drink. But anyways, I'm planning on playing some video games in the future. I'm burnt on Call of Duty. Can't play it. But I do know that this month in 2 weeks, Ready or Not comes out on console. I'm super stoked about that. What's up, Scott Smith? Hey, Scott, man, this might not be the best time to bring this up besides happy 4th of July, but somebody owes me a review, bro. I'm just throwing it out there, man. Happy 4th of July to you and your family. But anyways, Ready or Not comes out in about 2 weeks. I'm excited to play that game on console. In August, 2 games that I've really been waiting for are actually coming out on, well, one's console in general. The other one is specifically for the Xbox. And it's crazy because we heard rumors about it last year. And then all of a sudden those rumors died off. We didn't hear anything else about it again until like 2-3 days ago. So I'm like, I got a boner when I saw it on Facebook. And well, maybe it was the Viagra I took. I don't know, but it was Helldivers 2 coming out. I believe it's all August 19th, sometime, or it's toward the end of August. But Helldivers 2 is coming. Like, I can't even contain myself. I'm spitting on myself. Michael Fitters, what's going on, man? Thanks for liking the stream. But yeah, Helldivers 2 is coming to Xbox. So with these good games coming out in the next couple of months, I'm waiting on my income tax check. I got some loans that I have to pay back, but I do plan on getting my Xbox set back up, and I'm going to be playing Ready or Not and Helldivers 2 for absolute sure when that comes out. I can wait for GTA, man. I'm not feeling GTA, bro. I don't know. I've never been a big GTA fan. I know a lot of people are. I'm not disrespecting the game because it's always been a really good game, especially for my sons. I love Red Dead Redemption, so I've got no hate towards GTA. I'm just not as excited for it as I am other things. Current Gaming, thank you, Andrew, for sharing the post or for liking the stream. Man, I'm so in my shit right now, man. Are you guys excited? I want to know if anybody... I got some questions I'm going to ask, and I just want to see who's bold enough to actually say something out loud about it. If not, it's fine. I'll know because you guys will leave the stream and stuff like that. But are you guys happy right now with this big, beautiful bill? Yeah, Mike, we said Ready or Not's coming out in 2 weeks. There's a game coming out next week. But I want to know right now, are you guys happy with this big, beautiful bill right now? I know. I'm excited about Ready or Not. I did play it. I'm trying to go back and forth. I'm trying to multitask. I got on my cool shades right now. In fact, hey, if anybody wants some of these cool shades, I got a big old box of them, and they won't be hard for me to send out. So if you want some of these shades, I will send you a pair of these. I'm going to say exclusive because I know they're out there somewhere, but ain't nobody got them like I got them right now. It's not, well, the thing is, a bill is good. And I hate to say it like this, but it's the truth. A bill is good. Anything right now is good when the Democrats and the liberals are hating all over it. I wouldn't even have to know what was in that bill. I do. I know a lot about what's in the bill, but I wouldn't even have to know. The minute these Democrats and these liberals came forward and it was like, we hate that bill, I'm voting for it. I'm just voting for it all the way up and down. You got my vote. Get get it signed, get it passed. Let's make it happen, man. That's really how exhausted I am about everything that's going on and how much I'm hoping that change. I'm not saying Trump and them have all the answers. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm so desperate for change and for the future of my kids that I'm willing to try and do whatever it takes to do something different and try to get some real shit happening in this country, man, because it ain't happening the way it's been. A couple of things I'm excited for in that bill. Well, I want to know. I'll tell you what I hate to say this, man, but I'm just going to keep it real. This bill just made ICE the highest paid military force in the United States. Crazy. Really think about what that's saying. We got the Marines, the Air Force, the Navies. They got battleships. They got fighter jets. They got tanks. They got all of these things. We got bombs, nuclear bombs. And ICE just became the highest paid or the military force with the highest budget in the entire country. That is crazy. We are now in the final stages of fuck around and find out. Period. Oh my God, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but I do believe it's going to get better. I'm still waiting. I want to know what the couple things that you're excited for in this bill, man. And overtime and requirement for snaps and stuff for able-bodied people that are able to work but choose not to. No, I like that. I like that. See, and I will be real enough to say this out loud. For a while, I've had benefits. In fact, I have benefits now like EBT. I've been a single father. I do bust my ass. I don't make enough money. I'm not saying whether I should be more entitled to it than someone else, but if we've created an economy where even someone like me can go out there and get a better job, I'm willing to go out there and bust my ass and take less benefits from EBT and everything else if that's what it's gonna do to help this economy roll. And I don't think enough people are I think everybody should aspire to be parents. I really do. And it's really crazy because I know people can't see this connection, but the less interested people are to have kids, those are the people, not all of them, I'm not saying everybody, there's exceptions to every rule, but most of the ones who have all these agendas that are against kids or against having kids and everything else, those are the ones that make these selfish ass decisions that don't benefit the rest of the country because they don't care. They don't care about the future. Everybody should aspire to have kids so you know what it means to have to care about someone else except your damn self. That's crazy. Now, again, I'm not saying that for everybody. I'm really just saying that my point in this conversation is that the reason why we have a lot of the problems that we have is because everybody cares a little bit too much about themselves and aren't willing to make the sacrifice for the betterment of the entire country or for everybody as a whole. It's all about the Me Too movement. Shit, they even said it out loud. The Me Too movement. Fuck what you're going through. The Me Too movement. What are you doing? Me too. Man, these glasses are cool as fuck, man. You guys want some? Just let me know. I got the glass. I don't know how many of these I got. I got them from my boy, Will. I don't know. He'll probably check in, but yeah, I got these from him. Anyways, updates. What is it? Yeah, I can't get any. I make too much money, but I have to put money into it so other people that are able to work and collect the working class money, it infuriates me. Okay, so I agree and disagree at the same time. I disagree. Like, you hear about Medicaid and all this other kind of stuff. Like, there's some confusion going on with what all these millions of dollars that are going to be taken away from families that need them. They're not being honest with you. The honest truth is the people they're taking it away from are the people who aren't taxpayers, the illegal immigrants and stuff. They're taking benefits away from them, but they don't want to say that part out loud. Now, if you're a taxpayer and something happens or you're not making enough money or you're below that threshold as a taxpayer, that's why we pay taxes, so that we can get the help when we need it. But we're not getting any help when all of that money is going out to other people. It's crazy. So now, The one thing that and I don't know where the balance is. I'm not going to act like I do. I don't know where the balance is, but I do believe there needs to be a balance where if you need the help, you get on EBT. There should be a timeline or something. They should be willing to help you to get on your feet, get a better job. And if you're not willing to make that effort to do that, then after a certain length of time, then they just cut you off. Me personally, I've been on and off EBT. I've had when I make my money, the first thing I do is I get off of it. When I've needed the help, then of course I'm going to go ahead and accept the help. Right now, I'm busting my ass because I don't like it's for me, it's a measure of how I'm doing in my life or the success that I'm having in my own life. And I'm hoping to get to the point soon where I won't have to be on it anymore. And I'm okay with making a little less money because I know I'm doing it on my own. But they don't help because we have tried multiple times to just try and get ahead. I don't understand what you're saying right there. What exactly are you saying with that comment right there? But they don't help. Who doesn't help? We have tried multiple times to, what did you say? What's up, Will? You recognize these glasses, homeboy? I got a pair. I got 100. I got hundreds of them for you if you want some. What's up? Say happy 4th of July to my boy, Will. He's up in here right now. He's the reason why I got these cool ass shades on right now. Yeah, man, my boy, I always get happy when Will jumps in here. I lost my train of thought. I was talking this shit, forgot what the hell I was talking about. I'm drinking. I think I'm on my 4th, so I'm a little buzzed right now. I literally thought I was going to get laid today, but somebody found out I was a conservative and they changed their mind. So I'm lonely all over again. We have tried multiple times to get Snap, but get denied. I just wanted it to get ahead again, but got denied. I get you, Mike, but and I don't hate me for saying this, man. I don't know. That's not exactly how that works, though. I mean, I get what you're saying. And I've had issues like, for instance, I've been so broke that I've been investigated by the welfare office because they couldn't believe that that's the only money that I've been making with 3 of my kids. But the truth is I've had help. My kids have a grandmother that has helped any way she could. I've gotten personal help from my friends. I don't want to bust them out and say it out loud, but I actually have been investigated because they couldn't believe that I wasn't making enough money. They're like, well, this doesn't even look like you can pay your rent. So they've got these stipulations. And to be perfectly honest, it sucks to say this out loud, but the people who benefit from these programs the most are the ones who know how to play the game. They're not always being honest. Me, I try to be honest because I don't feel like I have anything to hide. But a lot of these people who are getting, like for instance, when I go to apply for EBT, I only get EBT in medical. I never ask for SNAP. I never ask for the extra money. But when I go and apply for these things, I always have to identify myself. I have to verify identification. They need to know that I'm an American. I have a social security card, a number. I have an ID card. So my question is, if that's the case, how are millions of illegal immigrants able to get these benefits? I want to know how that game is played. How was that game played? Because that's the loophole that needs to be closed. I don't necessarily blame illegal aliens for everything that's been going on wrong with this country. I don't at all. I'm just saying, with that as a problem, how is it that they don't need an ID card or a social security number in order to get those benefits, but I did and I do? That's crazy to me. So is these shades. This show is sponsored in part by my shades, so I hope you love them. Then you make too much. LOL was. What are the qualifications for your state? The qualifications are basically the same in every state, Will. It's a federal program. So as long as you're below a certain threshold, you should qualify for those benefits. And I get, Mike, because the truth is if you're below If you're at so there's this dollar amount. We'll just keep it easy. Let's say it's $5. If you make less than $5, you qualify for benefits. But if you make $6, you don't qualify. So you're still just as broke as the person that made $5. But because he's making a dollar less than you, he gets benefits and you don't. That's to me, that's just that is kind of stupid. The more you make, the less you get until you make so much you don't get any. Like I'm at the point. Colorado must be white though. He's not in Colorado. Wait, where'd all this shit come from? Damn. All of this shit came out of yes, I blah blah blah. Well, but to get oh no, this is shit that just popped back up for no reason. I have no clue. I just wanted the EBT, not extra money, but what gets me is the people lying and the people that can work that choose not to because they get everything for free. But I have to and that's why I'm in support of the big, beautiful bill. Even though I do receive benefits, I don't agree. We've created a system where people have learned how to manipulate it and get shit for free to never have to work. And here I am, somebody like me, struggling single full-time father, and I'm busting my ass to make every last dime I get to either pay rent or other things. Yes, I do qualify for benefits, but I'm not getting money from the government. Just food. And, I'm fat. I need to eat. I'm just saying. But I get it. Like I said, I'm there. I understand both sides. I understand what it's like when you don't qualify, but you still don't have enough money to pay all your bills and everything else, man. It's called prostitution. If you just go stand on the corner and wear low-cut jeans, I'm sure somebody is going to feed you that evening. I'm just playing, bro. I know we're being serious. It's the 4th of July. It's really hard for me to be serious. If you happen to stand in that corner with low cut jeans, please send me a photo. I really want to see that photo. There was something else I was gonna, a friend, though. I don't know. I keep wanting to say friend because I don't like blasting people. Like I deal with issues and not necessarily with people. But when I talk about certain things because I need to make a point, a lot of people will know who I'm talking about because of the surrounding circumstances. So I won't lie because my luck is terrible and I ain't messing with the government. Right. I get you. So I had an issue recently. Well, I'm still dealing with it, man. I said something. Actually, I'm going to make a quick apology. I said something in regards to women about the entitlement, the self-entitlement and the self-centeredness and the self-righteousness and how exhausted I am with all of those things coming from women. My apology is because it wasn't directed at women in particular. It was directed at a specific niche of women, and that is the feminist. So I will not apologize to the feminist, but I will apologize to every other woman that may have been a little touched in a way by something that I had said that day, because I don't take back what I said. I just wanted to make sure that I was directing it at the right audience, and that was to the feminist women out there. I'm so tired and exhausted of feminists. They're not only do they feel like they're entitled to shit, just like Mike said, with people who get EBT that don't deserve it. These women are out here trying to get shit out of men and make men pay for their own mistakes and the things that they feel entitled to, but they simply just don't deserve. And I'm dealing with somebody in my life who is just like that. And what offended me the most was, you try to have a civil conversation to kind of bring people back to reality and help them to understand why you're doing things that you're doing. And it's in those conversations that you realize just how much they've taken you for granted and how they make you feel like you haven't really done shit when it's actually the exact opposite. So I was really on top of what was going on with my brother's situation. I was kind of in my feelings because my daughter's going to summer camp this Sunday. Her grandmother paid for that. and I was trying to get everything done so that she would have a wonderful trip. I had to take her to the hospital, the clinic, to get her shots and to get her physical and all this other kind of stuff. And then this particular week, she's not with me; she's with her mom, and in trying to get things done. I actually had somebody that had the nerve to say, "Well, this whole thing is taking 2 days out of my entire week." What the fuck you mean 2 days out of your entire week? Like, number one, it's not even for me and it's not for you. It's for my daughter. So I'm losing an entire week so that she can go to camp, and I'm ecstatic for her. I'm gonna miss her. I wish I wish she went during her mom's week, obviously, but she gets to go, and those are the sacrifices we make as parents. To help. You guys still hear that? All the fireworks going on, dude. I don't know if it's fireworks or if it's gunshots, because we just had SWAT. Tell you what kind of neighborhood I live in. Right, a block away. Like they do SWAT out here, like the mailman delivers mail, because we woke up to concussion grenades going off 1 block down from my house, and you could hear it like they was next door. And then, sure enough, they blocked off the whole street. We couldn't get out of here for like an hour and a half. I don't know what happened to those dudes, but as soon as they were done over there, they went and did it again, like another block in the opposite direction, and they went and got somebody over there too. So I found that out from somebody else because I didn't know that was what was going on. But yeah, SWAT, I guess somebody's snitching over here, and SWAT went and got all of them. Yeah, see, Will, that's what I mean. I can't do. Most people I talk shit about, I have a way of just talking about the issue and not speaking on names. But in this particular instance, I can't avoid it. And the truth is, I really don't care about avoiding it anymore. I don't want to bust the person out, but the thing I am just super tired of is this, like, I don't know if anybody knows me. They know that, especially during the school year, I have my daughter with me for 85% of the time. I don't complain. I don't throw it in anybody's face. I love having that extra time with my daughter, so I don't make it a big deal. However, when you then turn around and make it look like that was a sacrifice that you were making, that I wasn't the one that I wasn't the one that had to make those sacrifices, yeah, you can go fuck yourself. I'm just saying, like, I didn't even stutter when I said that. You can absolutely go fuck yourself. We're not on speaking terms. I'm trying to still keep things cordial for the sake of my daughter, but I've got like this, I hate. I still care because this person will always be family, but yeah, no, I can't. Like, I'm done being that nice guy that everybody gets to take advantage of. Like, dude, my asshole hurts, bro. Like, for real. Oops, wrong house. Oh, Milwaukee is turning into a war zone here. Like, everywhere is turning into a war zone. You see what's happening in California? Oh my God, it's ridiculous. I'm so glad my grandmother moved out of there, or I'm just getting more news stations on my feed from Milwaukee area. I don't know. I don't live in Milwaukee. What is it, like 2 people? What's the population out there right now? You like I said, I know it's going crazy everywhere. California is really bad. Out here in Nevada, the shit's so funny because people act like they want to be California and they'll start a protest and then it's boring and they go home. Well, it's too hot to rob people right now. We ain't got no crime right now. When the motherfucker they touch a steel doorknob, they can burn themselves and go turn themselves in. Ain't nobody trying to do no dirt out here right now. It's too crazy. And then you go up in people's houses because you're trying to burglarize the place. And you realize that they turn their air conditioning off because they trying to save money. Because shit, fucking air conditioning is $400 or $500. You want to steal something from me? Steal my bills, bro. Come over and take my bills. You can have those fuckers. Your starfish hurts too, but I can say, bro, I don't want to know what you're doing with your girl, bro. That's nasty. What's everybody doing for 4th of July? Hey, okay, I have a question. This is another sensitive question, but I want a real answer to it. Anti-Semitism. I want to know. Is it anti-Semitic to call out people within the Jewish community for things that they've done wrong even though you're not speaking against the entire community? That's my question. 561,000 people. Is that in the whole state, or is that like just that town of Milwaukee? And we're talking about Wisconsin, right? The cheeseheads, right? That's not a lot of people, bro. Well, I mean, maybe. I'm in a small town of Henderson, and we're already at like 1.3 million. Vegas itself has grown a lot too, but back to my anti-Semitic question, because just Milwaukee. Okay, back to my anti-Semitic question, because I'm not, like I said, I don't hate anybody. I love and hate everybody equally, but I've been seeing a lot of this shit in the news about people being anti-Semitic, and the reason why I'm so interested in this whole nonsense about anti-Semitism is because when I was growing up, and maybe it was just the part of town that I grew up in, I never once heard people have a problem with Jewish people. We used to joke around and say dumb shit like, "Oh, look at that Jew fro." What's up, Jay? Welcome to the party, bro. I got some glasses if you want some. But we would joke around just like we would joke around with anybody else. But I never really heard about anybody actually hating a member of the Jewish community. And then all of a sudden we fast forward, and I have this theory. I really believe that we're inventing new definitions for anti-Semitic, just like we did with the way we threw around the word phobic. Like, nobody's scared of shit, but you want to sit up there and try to say that because we don't agree with a particular agenda or a particular way of life, or we just don't subscribe to that narrative, all of a sudden we have to be phobic. And I don't like, that's some bullshit too, because like I said, it just escalates. You go from wanting equality to wanting superiority to all of a sudden wanting us to be gay with you. And I don't mean gay, I'm talking about something else. Kind of. But the anti-Semitism, so I'm just giving you my theory. So we got the Epstein list, right? Well, if you really dig into the Epstein list, you'll find out there's a lot of people within the Jewish community who a lot of people feel, or a lot of people like in the heads of certain companies like Sony and a few others that are Jewish, that they feel are a part of the pedophile community. Well, it's a bad look for anybody, but for them specifically, I don't know what they're thinking, but it seems like they're trying to protect them by calling anybody anti-Semitic who wants to speak out and address a criminal activity that might be going on with everybody, including members of the Jewish community. So, and then, like I said, and every time that I've ever heard somebody mention somebody being anti-Semitic, it's usually because that person that they're calling anti-Semitic is trying to address some kind of criminal activity that's going on within parts of the community and not the people as a whole. So I see that I said that out loud and everybody got really, really quiet. So we're going to probably change the subject because I don't want to hurt you guys' feelings. I don't want to get people's panties in a bind. We don't want to chafe your coochie holes, so we're going to change the subject on that. What else was there? So we got video games out of the way. We talked about anti-Semitism. There was a few other things. I'm just loving the fact that the whole time we've been talking, I'm still hearing fireworks in the background. And part of the reason why I even turned on this live stream tonight is because when I was on X and talking shit to the Democrats and the liberals over on X, all of a sudden everybody's acting like, oh, is it just me, or is this particularly silent this year? Nobody's celebrating 4th of July. And I'm like, that's a motherfucking lie. If anybody wasn't going to celebrate the 4th of July, it would be the people outside my window, but they can't stop launching fireworks right now. It's crazy. Even my dog. I wish I have a picture. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm going to show you how patriotic we were today. Look at my motherfucking dog. Look at my boy. He got the flag stuck to his neck in a necklace. He doing his thug thizzle. So don't believe the hype, bro. I think. What the fuck? What do you mean your dogs are going all over the place? Officially home. I don't get it. What am I missing on here? Because this looked like a half-ass sentence, like you meant to say something else and you didn't get the complete sentence out. Hey, I know I'm probably giving out too much information right now, but if you're at home alone in the Las Vegas area within a 30-mile radius and you happen to be a woman and you'd like some company tonight, I have like 2 cases of Viagra that I would really like, Cialis, that I would really like to try out. I'm just buzzed out my motherfucking mind right now, and I need to release some frustrations. Oh shit. Anyways, real shit. Even though I 100% support everything that's going on right now until I see something bad happen, I will also say that it doesn't mean that I don't feel for the people it is impacting in a negative way. I've done some dirt in my past. It wasn't a good feeling when I got in trouble for the dirt I was involved in my past. But the simple truth is I knew I did wrong when I did wrong. And when I got caught or I had to suffer the consequences as a result, then that's what needed to happen. I needed to pay for my wrongdoings. And I did. You know, you got to take accountability and ownership. And it's unfortunate to what's happening to a lot of the people that are being deported and sent back. I'm not going to act like I'm just happy about all that. However, we also know that a lot of people that came over here illegally searching for a better life knew that they were doing something illegal when all of that happened. It's unfortunate that certain politicians allowed more people to come over and saw it as an advantage for themselves and created, you know, the false sense of stability for the illegal immigrants that came over. But it's a problem that really needs to get fixed here in America. It really does. It's just when you're spending billions, even trillions of dollars on people that aren't paying into taxes, and it's just it puts a strain on other people and their families. People who can't afford to they can barely afford to take care of their own families, let alone putting in the money for taxes to take care of others. So it's, like I said, I feel for them. But at the same time, and take this how you will, but shit happens. And it's just at the end of the day, this is America. We're proud to be here in America, and we have to take care of our own before we can take care of others. I do wish, and I've said this more than once, I do think that a better solution, and you can correct me if you're wrong, but since we played a huge part in the amount of illegal immigrants that came into this country because our politicians allowed it, I do believe a better solution would have been for them to immediately cut off the border so nobody else could have come across. And then for the people who were already here, who haven't committed any criminal acts, to give them a faster process in order to become citizens here in America. I think that should have happened because they're not totally to blame for why so many of them were allowed to come into this country. It's like they were honestly encouraged to make it here. So I like I said, I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers, but fair is fair. At least that's what I believe. How long have we been on? We've been on for 40 minutes, bro. So moving forward, just in case you guys don't know, we're going to be more involved with Mike Rock Uncensored, and I'm bringing back. So I've been doing my best to consolidate everything that I've been doing work-wise. I really only want to do one thing for work. Anything else that I do will be a hobby until for some godforsaken reason, it needs to become a job or it needs to become a business. I'm actually looking into becoming, now that my 2 sons are older, and there's another reason, and I'll probably explain it in a little bit, but I'm actually looking into becoming a truck driver. And the reason for that is I have a friend who said that if I get my CDL license, that he can get me a job driving payloads for Amazon, and that will allow me to drive regionally instead of across the entire country. So if I can get that, he said he could pretty much guarantee that he can get me that job. So all I have to do is pay to get my CDL. So if all the ducks land in a row like they're supposed to, then I will have my CDL in the next 3 to 4 weeks, and hopefully I will have a job as a truck driver here regionally within the next 2 months, I'm hoping. And the reason why I've decided I love driving, and I really thought about being a truck driver 6 years ago, but I wasn't in a relationship. I didn't have anybody to take care of my kids when I was gone. So that was kind of like a non-issue. It wasn't something that I could entertain at the time. We fast forward to today, and I've got one son going into the military immediately, another son that wants to go into the military within the next 6 months to a year, possibly. And then, of course, my daughter, who's still in school, 6th grade, going into 7th grade. So, her mother seems to think that she can take care of our daughter on her weeks without me. And I honestly hope not. I'm not throwing shade. I'm not insulting her or anything like that. I'm really hoping that she can, because if that is the case and she can take care of our daughter on the weeks that she's with her, then I can use that time to go out of town on these routes, make the money I need to make to start looking at a better future for both me and my family, and then be home as much as possible when my daughter's here with me. So there's a lot of positive things I'm hoping that will happen as a result. But with all of that said, I said that one job, which is what I'm hoping that will be, and then everything else like Mike Rock Uncensored and my Speedy Weddings business where I get to marry people online. I love that shit. I actually love helping people to get married, and I've created a system where it makes it easier for me to help people get married who don't want the big weddings or trying to save money, or military people who are about to be deployed and they need a fast, a quick way to get married before they leave. And even incarcerated people, you can get married behind the glass window as long as I can see both of you in a video device. But anyways, one of the things that I'm bringing back, and I don't know if you guys have been friends with me long enough to remember this, but I used to have an Instagram account, a Facebook account, and everything else for a project that I was doing called Dad's Life, DADSLYFE, called Dad's Life. And I had the domain, and I wanted to share my experiences as a father and all this other kind of stuff. And like a lot of other things that was going on with me, that kind of died out because it wasn't going anywhere, and I didn't have the time or money and resources to keep it going long term. Well, fast forward to today, and with my kids leaving the house and still just having one, let me backtrack. I lost the domain to somebody who bought it up and thought I was going to buy it back from them at a higher price. But I was like, fuck that. I ain't buying it. I don't even need it. I'm not going to buy it. So fast forward, and I looked at it 2 days ago, and the domain was there, dadslife.com. So I bought it, and it only cost me like $5. And so here's my plan. I hope that I never need it for this reason. But I want to start, and I don't expect this to be something that's huge, but I think the idea I had behind it is actually a noble one. I think it's a good one for fathers. I had a social networking script that I wasn't doing anything with. I've tried before, but I decided to use it for Dad's Life. And the reason why is because I want to encourage fathers. I don't know what their situations are, but this Dad's Life, it's a social networking platform that at one of its useful purposes is going to be to allow fathers, give fathers a fun way to record the time that they spend with their kids and the efforts that they make in the process. And that is super important because not just so that you can have a record of things that you do with your kids and you can share it with other fathers and encourage other fathers to be better fathers, or basically you're getting answers for yourself to be a better dad in the future. All of that's great, but let's look at a worst case scenario. Let's say we know divorce is possible in the future, especially with a lot of these feminist actions that are making women believe that the grass is always greener on the other side. So the possibility of divorce is very real in this day and age. Fathers, if you want to increase the chances of you being able to either win in court or to be able to get joint custody or even full custody of your kids, you can use a site like Dad's Life to keep that record. So that way, when you have to show the courts what you've been doing in order to take care of your courts, you can literally just point them to this site instead of having to try to dig up all this information. The wonderful thing about social networks is that they timestamp everything. So, you go to a concert with your kids, for instance, and you take a video of it. Now, of course, you're going to upload it to YouTube where there's a timestamp, and then you're going to go. Man, have I been just jaw jacking and not saying shit for the longest time? What? I think I accidentally hit the button and I didn't even realize it's red. It's you guys can't see it, but it'll turn red when it's muted, but I can't see it when my mouth is all up in the microphone. So thank you, Andrew. So anyways, I guess I don't know how much you guys heard. Oh, just like a minute. So did you hear me actually talking about the dads community that we've been working on? I don't know. Let me know. What was the last thing you remember me saying? I was just jaw jacking for no reason and it went somewhere. I'll wait. I'm waiting. I don't know what the delay is. Know what? You didn't hear anything about okay, you didn't hear it. So anyway, okay, so let's start over. So I have a social networking script that I've had for years. I didn't have anything to do with it. And what I did decide to do, and this will be a lifelong commitment because my kids are older now, I want to be able to help fathers be both better men and fathers. And not only that, I would actually like some advice. I still got a daughter who's 11 years old, and maybe there's some advice or some resources that I can have access to be a better father to my kids at the same time. But the reason why one of the best features about this community that I'm putting together. It's called Dad's Life. And if you guys have been friends with me long enough, I used to own the domain Dad's Life. Somebody stole it, and it took me this many years for me to be able to get my domain back without having to pay an arm and a leg for it, which is what they were trying to do. So anyways, I got my domain back. I put a social networking script in there. And for any fathers, here's the simple truth. Nobody wants to think about divorce when they get married. Hopefully you're like me, and when you get married, you want it to last a lifetime. You're not really thinking about divorce. Unfortunately, shit happens. So the thing about a social networking community specifically for fathers is it's a fun way for you to keep track of the things that you are doing with your kids. And that's awesome, because if you ever have to go to court, one of the things the judge is going to do is he's going to ask, do you have any proof to show that you were an active father in your kid's life? And then when that happens, if you've been doing this right, you could say, absolutely, here's my profile over at dadslife.com. Here's my login information, or just go check out my profile and you will see everything that I've been doing to be actively a part of my kid's life, the groups and stuff that we've been a part of, the advice that I've been getting about being a better father, the experiences that I've been sharing with the rest of the community, that you can see, yes, I've been a very active father. The other thing that I really like about doing this full time, not only because I have the experience with it, is, I said it earlier in the program, I really think a lot of people should aspire to be parents. Not to say that you will, but I think people have to, one way or another, have someone in their lives that they care about more than themselves, to help them understand what it means to make decisions that aren't all about you. So, for instance, and yes, Andrew, I'm saying this for a reason, that person might be a mom, and you love your mom and stuff so much that you would make sacrifices that do not benefit you, but you understand that it benefits everybody as a whole. Why? Because you have someone in your life that you care about more than yourself. We live in a world right now where we're being taught not to care about the kids or the future of our kids. And so it allows them to be more selfish and not care about what happens in the future, because after they leave, there's nothing else after them. So they don't have to care. So like I said, I really believe that's the reason why I want to get into at least the hobby of being there for more fathers, answering any questions they have, especially for new dads or dads that are going through legal issues. Believe it or not, I have my vocational completion certificate in paralegal studies. I love talking about legal things. I fought for my kids for 2 years, and for a lot of that time, I was actually my own lawyer. I lost, but I learned a lot in that process. And to be true, if I'm being honest, the only reason why I lost in court was because I wasn't living in the state of California when the judge was forced to make a decision. Had I been living in California, I would have at the very least got joint custody or even full custody, because I had a lot working in my favor. So I did a pretty good job defending myself or speaking on my own behalf. But again, it just wasn't in the cards for me at the time because I wasn't living in the right area. But beautiful thing, I ended up getting custody of my kids later anyway, because somebody didn't want to be a full-time parent. And I'm not going to talk bad about them. I'm just going to say that it benefited me and my kids as a result. Did you guys see the picture of my dog? Look at that, all patriotic and shit. Is anybody upset with this whole 4th of July shit? Has anybody got earplugs in, or they got their headphones in so you can listen? Now, you ain't listening to me. If you're upset, you ain't listening to me, because I'm goated right now. I'm the 4th of July goat right now. So I know you guys aren't. Andrew, you playing video games right now? This is good shit right here, man. This Excelsior Imperials. It's Imperial Mango, and it is, I don't know, I think it's 8% alcohol. And I've had like 3 of these. And if I run out of this, I'm probably going to drink some micheladas or something like that. I have another question. I got questions all day. In fact, if anybody has questions or you want to debate something that it's actually really good. if anybody has a question, or if you want to debate something that I've said, or you want to add to something I've said, you let me know if you want to join my Discord and share in this conversation. I will give you the link to my Discord, and you can agree with me, tell me why you agree. You can disagree with me, and we can talk about why you disagree, see if we can't change each other's mind, and or whatever. As long as we keep it respectful, we can even talk shit. As long as we know that that's kind of like the battlefield, and once we're off the battlefield, we go back to being friends. I'm completely fine with that, because I've been known to hurt people's feelings. I try my best not to, but I don't have a filter when the time is. Actually, I just don't have a filter. Like, I can tell you, I'm sitting here right now and I've got no pants on underneath. You'll just disagree to disagree. Hey, tell your mom I said hello, by the way. And yeah, just tell her I said hello, by the way. Are you still playing Call of Duty, bro? Hello? Mike, are you home? I asked my son was on my other son. I was like, no, I thought it was him. I was like, you motherfucker, stop lying. I'm still a little nervous about my son going into the military. I know that we've kind of like avoided a war. Hopefully we've avoided a war, but he was just so gung-ho about going regardless of whether we went to war or not. And that's, I don't know, man. No, I don't think any parent is in love with the idea of their kid going into the military for war. It's all fine and dandy when we're at peace and they're going there for the education and they're going there for employment and just being prepared in the event that something bad happens. But to know that it's going to happen, it is a very nerve-wracking experience, man. You haven't played for a while. I was playing Battlefield the last couple of days. How are you feeling about the new Battlefield 6? Do you think it's going to be another letdown or disappointment? Or do you think it's actually got some promise at this point? Look at this. Whee! This is for anybody that's on my homepage right now. And this is pissing them off. It's like, bro, if this is pissing you off right now, you should probably unfollow me, because it's not going to get any better. Yeah, I'm waiting for the answer on Battlefield. I'm just running my mouth in between. That's the reason why I love doing podcasts and video channels, is because I know how to multitask. I can talk about one thing, answer questions, go back and answer some questions, and try to get back on track. It does make me look like an ass sometimes, because I don't remember what I was talking about, because I've just been trying to get it all down at the same time. But I'm waiting to you to give me your thoughts on Battlefield, bro, in case you didn't hear me. On Battlefield 6, what do you think? It's going to be a good game? I'm excited about it, but it's crazy, because now that Delta Force has a release date for console, it's coming out around the same time as Helldivers 2. And since that game is coming out, as long as it lives up to the hype on console like it does with the PC version of it, I think I won't be as in a rush to play Battle 6. Like, you guys can take your time and make sure it is a good enough game. I have a message in case. So I have a lot. I grew up, in case you guys don't know, I've got my black card. Right. I'm black, white, and Indian. I grew up black. If you saw a picture of my uncle, you'd say that we looked almost exactly alike, except he's the black version and I'm the should have been deported version. Yeah, I think their battle royale is going to be pretty good too. But I got a message for my black folks out there, and there's a reason why. I know they're probably looking at my page and they're either going to tell me to go to hell, I'm going to lose them as family or friends or whatever. And to be perfectly honest, if you don't value my opinion and you think that, it's you don't value my opinion enough, or you don't value our relationship enough to where you're willing to lose that relationship over an opinion, then we weren't friends. You can unfollow me. You can lose my phone number, whatever the case may be. I'll get over it. Because I'm not going to act like I won't be hurt, because if I valued our relationship, then I was the only one, and I'm just going to be mad at myself for making a mistake in in the expectation of what our relationship was supposed to be. So here's my message. I wish you guys would stop listening to all the lies. You guys, you can call me an Uncle Tom. You can say I'm not black enough. You can say whatever you want. But everything that you've been told, so you've got all of these different agendas. You got the LGBTQ community. You've got the transgender community specifically. You've got the whatever other agendas that are the BLM, which is a total fucking scam. But you got all of these agendas out there where the government was throwing money at them. Keep promoting, do good with your culture, but what did they give to the black communities? They were still able to get a lot of your votes for some reason, but at the end of the day, what did they actually give to you or do for you? They gave you a bunch of lies. They convinced you, and I don't know how this happened. This was the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. How did they convince you that Trump was racist? If you've looked at the only way they could have convinced you that Trump was racist is if you didn't know anything about Trump's past. You just took the media's word for every last thing that they told you and sold you. Because Trump, I'm actually going to put out a video on it, but what a lot of you guys didn't know, and the more it takes some research to do this, but what a lot of people didn't know, remember when Michael Jackson was going to trial? Trump was at trial with Michael Jackson. Trump's been hanging out with people like 50 Cent and even Diddy. Don't try to make that kind of connection. He wasn't wearing, I don't know if he was like if he showered in baby oil too. I don't know if he participated. I don't know. I just know this isn't about his freak offs. This is about the fact that he has always been there for the black community. Jennifer Hudson. I don't know if you guys remember. I think her parents were murdered. Something bad happened to Jennifer Hudson, and Trump gave her a place to stay for a couple of months. And then you've got Nelson Mandela. Trump sent his own jet out there to pick up Nelson Mandela when he got out of prison. Like Trump, I'm not sitting there saying he's the savior. He's like the white Martin Luther King. I'm not trying to say that. But if you're a racist, you're not looking to do any of those kind of things for the community that you supposedly hate. But you got Democrats, instead of talking about reparations, which I don't believe in, but instead of talking to you guys about real issues that you were concerned with or that you were interested in, you let them lie to you for your vote. And I don't understand that. And now that you know they lied to you, and it wasn't just that, BLM, that was the biggest lie and scam known to man. There were some people, I'm not knocking the people that looked at that issue and genuinely wanted to believe in what BLM was supposed to stand for. My problem is with the organization itself, the founders. They raised all of this money from black people, from white people, and they didn't give any of it to the people that needed it most, which was the people that they were supposed to represent, the black community. They made millions of dollars, and they could have used millions of dollars to try to help get these communities back on track, and they didn't spend a dime on helping the black community. But yet, for some reason, they want to turn around and still act like Trump was the problem. Crazy to me. I don't, and like I said, you can call me, if that makes me an Uncle Tom or whatever you want to call it, then so be it, man. I will tell you freely that the reason why I got my kids out of the neighborhood, number one, is because they're whiter than these lights shining on my face right now. But number two, I just didn't, when you see that people aren't trying to help themselves, I don't want to expose my kids to that environment because I don't want them believing that way of life is okay. If you have to fight to get yourself out of that environment, then you fight. You don't just sit up there and let shit happen to you, or you wait for freebies and stuff in order to take care of yourself for the rest of your life. That is no way to live, and eventually it's going to catch up with you. Doesn't the media tell us the truth? Yes, absolutely. You got to believe everything the media says. Crazy thing though, as sarcastic as that is, if you're willing to listen to both sides of the story, the media will actually give you the truth. And I'm I'm not 100. I know for a fact with everything that I listen to that the right doesn't always tell the truth either. They're biased in the way that they tell the story. But the thing is if you listen to the same story from both the left and the right, the truth is somewhere in the middle. It may lean more towards the right a lot of the times, but the truth is somewhere in between the story you heard from the left and the story you heard from the right. You just got to be willing to go out there and get it. And again, that's part of the problem. When the only thing you care about is yourself, you're not too interested in going out there to get the truth. You're going to listen to things that fit your narrative, and you're going to say, well, that makes me happy. That's going to be the version of the truth that I roll with. So I'm a dude and I want to go piss in the women's bathroom. I'm listening to all this. It makes no sense to everybody else, but it makes sense to me. Why? Because I want to go piss in the women's restroom. Get the fuck out of here. I wish you would try to piss in the women's restroom with my kid. Man, I'm so happy Trump is in office right now, man. The shit that people were getting away with. Hey, did you guys hear about that kid? I got shit rolling off my head all the time. That kid that he did something with a pride flag, and now they're trying to try him as an adult or some stupid shit for a hate crime. They're trying to give him up to 10 years in prison because of something he did, not to a person, but against a flag. And I'm sitting here like, get the fuck out of here, because all these people that are burning the American flag right now, I get it. Don't get me wrong. The kid, from what I understand, I'm keeping it 100% real. This kid apparently took a flag from, I think it was someone's home, like it was in a flagpole or something. So that is, he did vandalize. That much he did do. But to throw on an extra 10 years by labeling it a hate crime, well, then everybody that's burning the American flag here in America and stuff like that, they should be charged with a hate crime as well. If we're going to sit up there and take a culture that is entirely based, and I'm tired of people telling me it's not, but you're going to take a culture that is entirely based on sexuality and say it is a hate crime to not want to support that group in any way, shape, or fashion. And you're going to label it, then every culture that exists, if you hate, there's no protected classes. If you're going to get a hate crime for not supporting one culture, then let's go ahead and make it a hate crime not to support every culture. That's what real equality is. But that would actually suck. So we really can't do that. And I'm going to tell you what the answer is. Nobody wants to hear this shit. I'm going to keep doing this too. This is the American way to do this shit. Real talk right now. And I've said this before. Someday somebody will listen. Right now, with all of these fucking agendas that are going on, there really only needs to be one. It isn't LGBTQ. It isn't the transgender agenda. It isn't BLM. It isn't the Ku Klux Klan. It isn't any of those things. The only agenda that needs to exist is an agenda that fights against discrimination. Think about it. If we all stuck together and fought against discrimination itself, everything else would be included. Don't discriminate against this group because they're gay. Don't discriminate against this group because they want to be the opposite sex. Don't discriminate against this group because they're black or white or Indian or Muslim or Christian or any of those things. Stop with the discrimination and we wouldn't need these other agendas. The problem, however, is that if everybody came together and just fought against discrimination, everybody else would lose their platforms. They would lose funding because they no longer need those platforms. Everybody would be happy overall, but the platforms themselves would no longer exist and they would lose money. So that's the reason why they don't fight against the real problem. They perpetuate issues that don't need to exist. The Supreme Court has ruled that flag burning is a form of symbolic speech protected by the First Amendment. Okay, is it flag burning or is it specifically the American flag? Because if it's just flag burning, then we should be allowed to take the pride flag and burn it. Not to say that I would, but I'm just saying what's good for one should be good for the other. No matter what flag I grab, like I said, what's good for one should be good for the other. I should be able to burn any flag I see as a symbolic form of free speech. Just saying. Now, all that protected shit, it needs to go. Man, I'm loving it, man. I'm still hearing fireworks in the background. I don't know if you guys hear that as well. But yeah, all of that stuff. This is the kind of shit that we need to be talking more about. A lot of people will listen to me and they'll be like, oh, he's too political. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think a lot of you guys are political enough. That doesn't mean that we need to be political every day. I'm saying that you guys need to pay more attention to what's going on in the news and in politics because the shit governs your life. You can't sit up and say, I'm not going to be paying attention and then get mad when you could have voted against something that you knew nothing about and just chose to ignore it. Then you don't have the right to get mad because we could have done the right thing. We could have made our votes count as a unit, as a team, and you just chose not to give a fuck because you were raised to believe that politics is something that we're not supposed to talk about. And now, just to make sure you don't talk politics, the government has created this thing where if you talk about politics and you don't agree with it, they're your mortal enemy. That's crazy. They ruled it for all flags. I think they want to make a spectacle of the kid since he was safe under the First Amendment. Well, the problem, though, is I don't think he burnt the flag. You know what? Let's look at this shit, man. Let me pull up my special screen. I don't know what's gonna pop up. What's gonna pop up? Okay, so that's gonna pop up. Let's close that. Let's open up X. Let's find out. Let's talk some shit on X, huh? Let's go find out what we can talk. Y'all can help me say what we need to say, and I'll say whatever it is for anything you guys want to talk about. I gotta find this thing. Kid faces prison time for pride flag. Let's see if that pops anything up. All right, what pops up? In a recent case in Atlanta, Georgia, no. Okay, so is it 3 kids? When was this? 1 week ago. So yeah, I guess it was. The Hodge twins tell it best. Let's see what they had to say on Facebook. So 3 teens face felony charges over ripping a pride flag. In Atlanta, 3 teenagers have been arrested for allegedly tearing down a rainbow pride flag. Authorities have charged them with obstruction, criminal damage to property, conspiracy, and prowling. Okay, I don't disagree with those. But it doesn't stop there. They're also being investigated for possible hate crime charges, which could elevate the case to a felony, carrying a sentence of over 10 years in prison if convicted. Critics are calling it excessive. Supporters say it's about protecting communities from targeted acts. Well, how about protecting America from targeted acts? That's just ridiculous. Like again, I agree. Obstruction, criminal damage to property, conspiracy, prowling. And if it would have been I don't know, let's give me a flag. It doesn't have to be a pride flag or an American flag. If it would have been, I don't know, the state of Nevada flag, would they have been facing the same hate crime charges? Even if they would have came out and said, I hate the state of Nevada, would they be facing hate crime charges? I don't think so, man. This is, like I said, that's. Here, let me get back to where I was with you guys. You guys don't need to be seeing how I got all my shit set up. Anyways, that's the thing I have a problem with. As people, I don't have a problem with anybody. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're straight. Honestly, if I'm not attracted to you, I could give a shit whether you're straight or not. I just don't care about your sexuality. I really don't give a shit. I don't care. Again, I don't care if you're transgender. I don't care if you're black, white, Indian. I just don't care. What I care about are these protected classes and these agendas that were created so that if you don't support their narratives, you can go to jail, or your life could be ruined, or you could be exposed and you lose a job or anything else because you have an opinion that differs from someone else. I don't like it. Again, no. Do you support, like, I'll say it out loud. Do you support the LGBTQ community? No. Not because I want to see anything bad to happen to them. I just don't have anything in common with them. I don't support, like what does that support look like? Am I okay with them being them? Absolutely. Am I okay with them forcing me to use pronouns that I don't agree with or that's against my faith? Hell no. So I don't get it. There are things in the Muslim Quran or the Quran that I don't agree with. I don't support the Muslim community, but I don't hate the Muslim community. I wish them the best. Why do I have to support it in order to protect myself? It's ridiculous. But I mean, you can say anything. The Boy Scouts, all of a sudden I hate the Boy Scouts because they did my daughter dirty. Am I about to go to jail? Am I going to go to prison for 10 years because I hate the Boy Scouts and I did something to vandalize their property? Probably not. Why? Because the Boy Scouts isn't a protected class. Equality for one means equality for all. And all of this dumb shit getting in your feelings when the law is, man, I think this necklace is fake gold and it's just giving me a rash or some dumb shit, bro. Yeah, and that's the reason why I do want to talk about it more. I'm hoping that my little dad's life community gets to grow and we get more fathers on board, not just so that they can be better fathers, but we need men to start being men again. And for me in particular, you know, it's men and fathers, but I've got Mike Rock Uncensored, and anybody that knows me knows that I'm here for people in general, but I needed clarity of purpose, the things that, excuse me, damn. I thought there was a little vomit in that one, but you know, I needed some clarity of purpose for myself, and I'm there for my friends, but for the people that I don't really know, you know, I had to kind of stick with a specific niche, and I think being there more for fathers is the best thing that I can do to help try and get people on the right track, help all of us get on the right track, and I'm including myself, because, like I said, I think the feminist movement is a joke. And I can literally talk. What? Mike Rock for president? Oh, I didn't see it. Some of your shit isn't popping up as fast over here on the multi-stream. The left is trying to get future Republicans off the street. Man, let me make sure nothing's popping up. No, nothing's popping up on YouTube. The left is trying to get future Republicans off the street. Right. Wait, are you been drinking too? Republicans? Mike Rock for president. Man, I think I would do a really good job at president. I ain't even gonna lie. They just gotta listen to me, and they probably won't want to listen to me. I got some time left too, and I want to talk about these feminists, man. I think feminism has ruined my relationship with my daughter's mom. And I don't get me wrong. Whatever bubble you live in, whatever, you know, your world is your world, and you have every right to be in control of your own world. But when you step out of that bubble and you think that you control other people's world, especially when my world, that's when we start having issues. And I have a problem with the same problem that I have with any other agenda. When you start preaching like everybody needs to be like you, and you want to start criticizing, for in this particular instance, the traditional women that believe in the traditional relationship, that want to be stay-at-home moms, that want that full-time job of being a mother and a wife and taking care of the home while the father's out there working and busting his ass for his family. Like, I'm telling you right now, if I could find that woman right now, I would wipe her the fuck up. I mean, let me take that back. I got a few things to do to get my money right. But if I could find that woman that wanted to be that traditional wife, that wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, or just a stay-at-home wife, because I'm too old to have any more children, but you wanted to be that, and I could afford to be the provider, the protector, and everything, I'll wipe her the fuck up. Let's make it happen, bro. You're drinking? What are you drinking? You drinking this? You ain't drinking this. Whoever just came in here for a second, man, welcome to the stream, man. We're talking mad shit about feminists right now. We're going to switch gears and probably talk some racist shit or say something else that might get me banned the more that I'm drinking. I don't know, but... Listen, oh my God. Black Label. Are you drinking all of those? My boy, you live right next door to Jay, don't you? I just need to know who I need to call in case something happens to you. That's a lot of liquor, bro. I'm only drinking 8% right now, and I'm about to lower my standards a little bit and move on to some regular beer, some Coors Banquet, because I don't want to get too fucked up, especially on stream. Y'all will see me touching a nipple in a heartbeat, man. But yeah, no, I'm a little butthurt too. I forgot I was butthurt because my daughter's mom decided, and I know it was out of spite, but she decided that she wanted to take my daughter with her for the 4th of July. And like I said, man, you can't stop with the pretending bullshit. Yeah, okay, so I know who to call in case. Just let me know something's wrong, and I'll make sure to call Jay. Man, these fucking necklaces I gotta take the necklace off. It's bothering me. In fact, nah, man, I'll just get a rash. Fuck it. I look cool right now. I want to stay looking cool. But, and I don't care if you know who I'm speaking of. I don't care if you snitch. Because this is not nothing I wouldn't say to her anyway. But how are you going to sit up there and go to my son's graduation? And I'm venting now, man. Fuck this shit. But how are you going to go to my son's graduation and decide that you ain't at a kid's event and you're going to make a political statement by not standing up for the American flag? You're going to sit up here and tell me that you're speaking out against deportation and everything else, but you want to keep my daughter for the 4th of July. Now, were you keeping her to celebrate the 4th of July, or were you or were you keeping her in defiance of everything that's going on with ICE and deportation? Like, let me know. Because that's some un-American shit right there. Sounds like you hate Americans and you need to be facing prison time for up to 10 years for a hate crime. That's some fucked up shit right there. You should be okay. Don't have to work till Monday. Oh yeah, you sleep that shit off, bro. I can't sleep it off. I gotta lower my limits because I gotta work at least once tomorrow. I don't have to work 2 shifts, but I gotta work at least 1 tomorrow. So, but yeah, I'm done with all this pretend shit, man. If we need to sign. With all these new things that are coming out, common sense needs to come back. If it isn't supported by science and common sense, then the shit don't need to exist. The shit can exist in your head if you wanted to, but it should not be forced on other people. I don't know who thought putting men into women's sports was a good idea. That shit made no sense. And I'm going to tell you why. Here, like, we getting into some shit. Y'all, I hope y'all ready for some shit. You guys believe in math, right? Like, math is math. No matter how many different ways you fucking add up 2 + 2, it always comes out to 4. 3 + 1, it's 4. No matter how many different ways you add up, it's the same fucking answer. So let me tell you about this objective shit, and nobody's talking about it because it doesn't fit the fucking narrative. And Andrew, I'm pulling you over here, bro, because I keep looking over there for the chat, and it's updating on Facebook a lot faster than it's updating on on Streamlabs. Hold on. Almost there. Sorry, guys. Boom. That way and then that way. There we go. Can I see? All right, there we go. So I'm going to tell you why this shit don't make no sense. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody. But it's the truth. So what's good for one should be good for all. That's the narrative I live by. Math is racist. No, but here we go. So they keep talking about how fair it is for men to dominate women in women's sports. It's fair. It's equal. Well, if it's so equal, how come you don't see any trans men dominating in the men's sports? Because they can't. It's not fair. It's not equal. And the reason why they don't talk about it is because it doesn't fit the narrative, and it never will fit the narrative. There's nothing wrong with saying that men on average are physically superior to women in every single way. That is genetics. There's no getting past that. I'm not talking about brain cells. I'm not talking about who works harder. I'm talking about physical dominance and superiority. That edge belongs to men. And that's the reason why, like I said, they will try to support men dominating women in women's sports all day, but they will never talk about trans men dominating men's sports because it will never happen unless it's chess. And if you don't believe me, go ahead, look at, if you guys look on the news right now, and I don't say shit that you have to take my word for it. You can go and check this shit out for yourself. Go look on the news right now and look up the 14-year-old kids that just beat the shit out of the women's soccer team. 14-year-old boys I think it was 14-year-old boys turn around and beat the shit. I'm gonna find this shit. Here we go. Let's go back to my storyboard. I love switching back over. The open part, I don't disagree with you. I just don't think it would ever happen. It's like I'm open to them having a transgender category for sports. The problem is like then it comes down to again the math. There's not enough of them that I'm like. Okay, I'm gonna say some shit that nobody's gonna like. I don't care. I'm just gonna say it. A lot of the men, and I'll use Leah Thomas as an example. Leah Thomas, or Liam Thomas, whatever his name is, dominated the women in swimming. But Leah Thomas also swam in the men's division for a long time and wasn't ranked at all. I think he was in the top 200, top 300, whatever the case may be. So the problem with having I think transgender category should exist for things like college and below. But when it comes to Olympic events, I don't think most of them qualify. Or it's not going to be, it doesn't, like, in order for you to go to the Olympics, you have to be like exemplary and you got to be a superior athlete in one way, shape, or form. But, and no knock on on these people, on this group, but I think watching the transgender community is going to be kind of like watching the WNBA. It's not going to be fun to watch. The only person that's fun to watch in the WNBA right now is Caitlin Clark because she's busting ass, and I'm loving the controversy going on with her where everybody's hating on her because she's white. Never mind that she's actually good at the game. They're mad because she's white and she's getting all this extra attention. Well, maybe if you busted threes like the fuck she's busting threes, you could tell, like, it ain't like she's busting regular threes. This girl's busting half court threes, and y'all want to be mad at her. How's she gonna be ranked number one? I told you I know a lot about a lot. How are you gonna be ranked number one as a fan favorite for the All-Stars, but ranked number 9 amongst the players? That's fucking haterade. They hating on her because she's getting all that attention and making all that extra money. Well, get good, because what's her name? Or learn how to talk shit, because Angel Reese did. She's garbage and she's a bricklayer. She's fucking garbage, but she's making money by talking shit openly about Caitlin Clark. Dude, Caitlin Clark is a really good coach? Wait, what? What are you, bro? Hey, it's almost that time for you to put that down, homie. I'm keeping it real. It's almost time to put that down. Wait, I didn't switch back. Let me switch back, bro. I was trying to look up. I don't know who I was looking up, but Angel Reese is garbage, bro. People want to. Oh no, she made Caitlin Clark who she was. No, she didn't. No, she did not. If anybody else, and this is how you know, Caitlin Clark. I mean, Angel Reese did not make Caitlin Clark famous. If you would have took that same scenario, that same situation, the college finals and shit, where they battled each other, if you would have put anybody else in Angel Reese's shoes, Caitlin Clark still would have been famous. You still would have known who she was. But if you would have switched the roles and removed Caitlin Clark from that equation, nobody would have even watched the fucking game. The WNBA isn't shit right now. It ain't shit right now, even with Caitlin Clark, but it definitely wouldn't have been shit. They want to talk about equal pay. We should be getting the same amount as men, or at least the same proportion, the same equivalent, the same percentage that men get against the profits in the NBA, women should get in the WNBA. You don't want that, because the truth is you're not making any profits. How do you get a percentage of the profits if you're not making any profit? They are subsidized by the NBA. Nobody is watching the WNBA except when Caitlin Clark plays. It's ridiculous. We can go on and on about this, man. People hate the truth. They want to sit there and say, well, I'm hating against anyone right. No, I'm just calling out the facts. I'm calling out the truth. It's like, dude, you want something, go after it, get good. Stop complaining about what you don't have and go out there to work for it. I'm dead ass broke, bro. I'm grateful for the people in my lives who have helped me out, but I can freely admit that I wouldn't have made it to where I'm at now with my kids if it wouldn't have been that the right kind of help from family and friends. That's just the honest to God truth. But I don't sit up here and cry and complain about what I don't have. I'm continuously getting up, continuously busting my ass, and continuously trying to do the right thing for both me and my kids, bro. Period. Let me make that deal and then realize that they are bad at making deals. What deal? What deal? Wait, where did you lose me at, bro? Fucking Andrew, he's inventing conversations in the chat room. I have no fucking idea what he's talking. I know it's getting hot in here, bro. I need some more liquid. Hey, you guys know Mountain Dew made it's called Summer Freeze. It's a fucking bomb pop. Mountain Dew bomb pop. It's actually really, really good. No, I'm not advertising for them either. I'm gonna tell you, this has been my biggest. So one of the things that I've really been wanting to do since I started podcasting and everything else, well, recently I should say, is with my daughter going into Scouts and me starting up this dad's community. I wanted to be able to vlog away from this screen, this background. I want to get out there and vlog out in the open world. So I was trying to figure out, do I need a camera? Do I need an action cam, or whatever the case may be? And I recently just had the right deal fall into my life. It was a gift. So I'm not going to say it was the right deal. It was a gift. But I'm going to show you, man. I got this. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to see it. It is a DJI. I was looking for a GoPro, but I ended up getting this DJI Action 4. And this thing is freaking awesome. It's 4K up to 120 frames per second. It's good in low light resolution. The camera sensor is bigger than most action cams. This is a really awesome camera. I got this really big rig thing that comes with it, and it extends up to, like, I want to say 53 inches. I've got it came with a external microphone. It's got a cat It's got a cattail on it right now, but I also have like a pop filter if I'm indoors and there's no wind and things like this. And when I plug that in, when I plug the external microphone in and record, oh my God, it is probably the best thing that I've owned for taking videos in a very, very long time. So I'm really, really excited. If you guys saw the video I took when I went on vacation to Prescott, that was a cheaper version that I got for like, I want to say 40 bucks. I did it for the vacation and it did actually pretty awesome, but it was lightweight. And I thought I had a really good deal until somebody gave me this as a gift. And I started messing around with this. I was like, oh my God. And this is number 4, man. I want number 5 already, but I can wait. This one will be good. And the only reason why I want number 5 is because number 5 actually has a 40 megapixel camera, whereas this one, it's great for video, but I think it only has like a 10 megapixel camera. So I'd rather be taking pictures with my phone than taking pictures with that. But you guys will be seeing videos pop up really, really soon based off of that. That is also waterproof, so we better get some. You want some shower footage? Nah, bro, that's if I start doing shower footage, OnlyFans, bro. MyDadsLife.com is gonna have its own. Actually, you can actually pay for subscriptions on the Dad's Life, and I'm gonna create an OnlyFans where you guys can get my private photos. That's all I'm gonna say. Not gonna say much more on that, bro. Private photos. Andrew, how drunk are you, bro? You guys want to see my remote control of my alcohol deliveries? Watch this. You think I can get some? You think I can get some punani with that picture? You think it'll work for? Wow, feminists say all men belong in jail. See what I mean? This is a headline on YouTube right now from Benny Johnson. Feminists say all men belong in jail. Some dumb shit. I'm against bullying, bro. That's probably the best way to say it. I'm against bullying, bro. Feminists are bullies. Anybody that's in a protected class, you guys are fucking bullies. I'm tired of the bullying, and you don't get to turn around and tell me, dude, you know what? Let's play around on Twitter for a minute, bro. You don't get to sit up here and tell me that everything that's happening to you is bad and horrible and Trump is an evil man. No, that motherfucker is just fixing some dumb shit that y'all allowed to happen. Let's find out what's going on in the world of Twitter. So he just told half the country. So here, I don't want to laugh at myself. This dude said, I hate this girl. This girl right here, Joe, I hate her with a passion. She like this other guy, Brian Cranston or something like that. First of all, he was involved in a Ponzi scheme and he got his nerve trying to influence people on which way they should believe and shit. No, you do go to prison. But this girl, Joe, if you guys can see her right here, she's always posted negative shit about Trump. Always, like nothing out of her mouth again will be positive towards Republicans, Democrats, nothing. And she's ugly. That, like, to top it all off, she's just butt fucking ugly, bro. Here, look, like for a white woman with blonde hair, she's ugly. And look, she wants to take pictures with, that looks like it's Photoshop, to be honest. But anyways, she says, so he just told half the country that he hates them. Cool. And somebody else, Trump on Democrats, they hate Trump, but I hate them too. I really do. I hate them. And the fucked up part is that I believe he said that shit. Trump be saying some mean ass shit, bro, and he don't care, bro. And I think that's what I respect about him so much. He's not politically correct. He will never be politically correct, but he speaks his mind. You know what to expect from him. You might not like it, but he speaks his fucking mind. And we need more of that. Biden didn't speak in front of the crowd for 4 fucking years. And it was because he couldn't. The motherfucker was delusional. The motherfucker lost his mother knucking mind. What's going on here? No, that was too long ago. I was getting some. Nobody ever better not send me a message while I'm streaming, because I'm about to put them on blast. So if you guys want to be put on blast, go ahead and try to send me a message while I'm streaming right now. We about to talk some shit. So anyway, what else is going on Twitter right now? Let's see what the main shit is. You guys can tell me what to say on there. Trust me, bitch, we ain't coming. I just signed an executive order to raise entrance fees for foreign tourists while this is another good one. All of a sudden, people from Canada want to act like, I'm not ever going to the USA, not under these circumstances. Like for instance, this one, I just signed an executive order to raise entrance fees for foreign tourists while keeping prices low for Americans. A lot of the tourists, well, they don't want to understand it. That whole thing with tariffs and raising prices, it isn't about making it unaffordable to come to America or unaffordable to do business with America. That's what they want you to believe. The truth is all of the other Democrats and everything else, all of these other countries have been getting away with highway robbery when it comes to doing business with the United States of America. And the only thing that Trump is trying to do, he's basically saying, hey, if we get them to pay their fair share, to get them to pay what they're basically charging us to do business in their countries, guess what? We might be able to eliminate taxes as a whole. You guys won't even have to pay taxes no more if this works right. And people are mad. Foreign countries want to make it seem like, the United States is getting greedy or Trump is doing a bad thing. No, he's just tired of us being done dirty, bitches. Period. Man, don't y'all love that shit, man? We can do this shit all day. What else? Seems like a good time to remind everyone that FDR raised taxes on the rich significantly, and in doing so got us Medicare, Social Security, a jobs program, and built an American middle class. What they're really saying is that FDR is the start of what got us dependent on the government for all of this stuff that's caused us to become lazy, not work for a living, and things like that. Dude, listen to what I'm saying. This is coming from somebody who does have to work for a living, somebody who is broke. If you gave me $1 million, I'll take it, but I understand the need to have to work for a living. I want my kids to know what it means to work for a fucking living. Dang, Trump is trying to take my taxes away. What do you mean? See, that's how you know I've been drinking. I was a little slow on that one. I didn't catch that one right away. That's what's wrong with these selfish ass liberals and Democrats. They want fucking handouts. Somebody said something really interesting to me, and I'm just speaking off the top of the head when shit comes up. There's a lady named Angela Stanton King, and I'm actually going to post a video of talking about the racism against Trump, or people calling Trump racist. She's a black lady, and she made an excellent point on the whole racism thing with Trump. And so I'm going to put that video up a little bit later. I already have it made, but I wanted to talk to you guys before it got too late. But another comment she made was regarding transgenderism and abortion and fathers' rights. And it's like I said, it's one thing when you hear this information coming from a man. The first thing they're going to say, whether the man makes sense or not, is that you don't have a right to speak on that. You shouldn't be speaking on things like reproductive rights for women. And she said it so eloquently. That's going to be the next video I do it on. But in a nutshell, she basically said it's crazy how unequal men have it compared to women. Because if a woman wants to keep the baby, but the man doesn't want to keep it, he doesn't have a choice. She'll have the baby. He's paying child support. He has no say whatsoever in what happens with that baby before or after it's born. However, on the flip side, if she decides that she wants to abort the baby or to get rid of the baby, and the man wants to keep it, he also does not have a say in whether she keeps the baby or not. And I was sitting there like, and then what she ultimately said was, it's crazy because when you really think about it, reproductive rights isn't the right to keep the baby or not. They're basically fighting for the right to kill the baby or not. And I never really, I'll be honest with you, even though I'm a little bit more pro-life than pro-choice, I never really considered that. You're not asking for the right. They call it reproductive rights. You're not asking for the right to keep the baby because you already have that. You're asking for the right to kill the baby without getting in trouble for it. That's crazy. So, and like everything else that they do, they try to water it down and make it seem like it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter, so that it's not as serious when they do things like that. Case in point, oh, that baby isn't alive, so it doesn't really matter. Really, all the way up until term? Like, you could literally, and I'm sorry if this is sensitive for some people, but so what? You can literally abort the baby the day before the baby is born, but because he didn't come out of the womb, I don't know, man. I do believe in reproductive rights up to a point. I think once it gets past that point, and I don't know. I don't have an answer. That's the truth. I don't have an answer. I wish it wasn't necessary. I wish people worked more on birth control than things regarding abortion and everything else. I wish people would either wrap it up or take the pill or whatever the case may be, so this isn't an issue. But what people are actually fighting for is to be irresponsible with their sexual activities and then have basically the baby or the father pay for the consequences after the mistake and stuff has been made. I don't know. It is what it is. What time is it? I'm going to talk with you guys for about 10 more minutes, and then I got to get off of here because I got some shit to do and I got to try to work in the morning. But I'm having a lot of fun talking to you guys, and I can't promise that we'll be talking this long in future episodes, maybe about an hour at a time. But I always knew that I would enjoy doing this more than I do actually playing video games, especially when Call of Duty got as old as it did. Call of Duty is almost as old as I am. It's fucking ridiculous. If you guys haven't already, a lot of the dumb shit I'm talking about now, I'm going to be getting into it in more detail on my Buy Me a Coffee page. You don't have to subscribe to anything. You don't have to buy me a cup of coffee. But if you go to the community and join the community, you will get a lot of my up-to-date information, a lot more details that I'm willing to explain here in public and stuff. And then, like I said, yes, of course, if you want to support us and help us grow and everything else, you can do that as well. But that's where we're going to be adding a lot of information that I think I might get in trouble for if I share it here with you guys on these open video channels like Facebook and YouTube and I don't know, possibly even Twitch at some point. I just got to get comfortable doing nothing but talking because I want to be able to do my voice mods and everything else. Andrew, did you go to sleep on me yet? Because I'm going to start to say goodnight to everybody. Yeah, but in closing, if you are a feminist, I hate what you stand for. I may not hate you, but I hate what you stand for. If you are an illegal immigrant, I'm sorry what's about to happen to you, but unfortunately, me personally, it's really hard for me to try to give someone something that I don't have myself. And I think that this country needs to get to a point to where it needs to get back to where it's like, hey, we would love to help other people, but we have to be able to help ourselves first. And I don't think we're doing enough to help. We shouldn't be giving, as long as we have homeless in this country, as long as we have disabled veterans who aren't getting the benefits that they need, I don't think we need to be sending money to foreign countries for any reason, especially when we have so many different needs here in this country. We should not be sending money out until we are taking care of our own first. That's what the American tax dollar is supposed to be going towards, helping ourselves first, not these foreign countries who have not up to this point been giving back. And now that Trump is forcing them to give back, or give back all of a sudden, it's an issue, man. I never really understood what it meant to be America first, simply because I wasn't raised to pay attention. But I'm paying attention now. I want everybody else to pay attention, and I'm hoping that over time we can all get to a much better place as a community together. So with that, I think I have officially said enough. I think you guys are starting to see that I really don't give a fuck. I'm not here to hurt feelings, but if I hurt your feelings in the process, so be it, because we're going to start talking about real shit that needs to be said, because I don't have to be fucking afraid about having my channel canceled for speaking real truth anymore. You guys have if you're planning on going out with the 4th of July and stuff here, man, you guys still be safe out there. The fireworks are still going off as we speak, probably not on the East Coast, but if hopefully you guys got to spend some time with me and you guys were safe as a result. Andrew, don't go anywhere. Don't try to drive anywhere. You need to go ahead and sleep that shit off, bro. You guys, I love you guys, man. I love this community. I love being here with you guys, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Look for the video that I'm about to post up on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and everything, man. Love you guys. Have a great night, man. Peace.